I want to focus on the ladies of the WNBA for a second and a long overdue milestone for that league. WNBA announced yesterday they plan to commit $50 million over the next 2 seasons so players can fly on chartered planes. The league faced backlash on social media when Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark and the team were seen walking through a Dallas airport headed to a commercial flight. The move addresses years of safety concerns for the league and their players.
One of the WNBA's biggest stars, Caitlin Clark, has made a move that no one saw coming. She's heading to play in the European League. This game-changing decision has left fans, players, and analysts completely speechless now. Let's talk about this jaw-dropping move. Caitlin Clark, known for her mind-blowing shooting and fearless play, has been a sensation in the WNBA, lighting up the courts and captivating fans with her incredible performances. She's been the heart of the Indiana Fever and a major draw for WNBA fans across the country. But now Clark is setting her sights on Europe, and her decision is shaking up the basketball world. So why did Caitlin Clark make this bold move? And what does it mean for the future of women's basketball, both in the US and overseas? Could this signal a shift in where top players choose to play? And how will Clark perform in the European League, where the style of play is tough and different from what she's used to in the WNBA? Fans everywhere are asking these questions, and the excitement is off the charts. Caitlin Clark is about to step onto a whole new stage, and the basketball world is watching closely to see how she'll rise to the challenge. One thing is certain, this move could change the game forever. Stay tuned as we break down all the details of Caitlin Clark's shocking decision and what's next for the future of women's basketball. You won't want to miss this. But before we dive into the details, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss any updates or breaking news about Caitlin Clark and other basketball stars. Women's basketball has just experienced a seismic shift, and no one saw it coming. Moments ago, it was announced that Caitlin Clark, one of the sport's brightest stars, has made the bold decision to leave the WNBA and take her talents to Europe. Fans, analysts, and fellow players are collectively stunned by the news. This isn't just any player we're talking about. This is Caitlin Clark, one of the most dominant forces in women's basketball. Today, her decision to head to Europe has sent shockwaves throughout the basketball world, and it's hard to fully grasp the magnitude of what this means. Clark, a player who has become synonymous with the WNBA, is now set to embark on a new journey, and it has everyone wondering what's next for her and what does this mean for the future of women's basketball.
With the WNBA season ending for many teams, there are already so many players heading overseas to play during the off-season. But with all of the drama currently surrounding the WNBA, on top of the low-paying salaries, some of these players are questioning if they'll even
Let's start by addressing the question that's on everyone's mind. How did we get here? Why would Caitlin Clark, a player who has captivated basketball fans across the United States, choose to leave the WNBA, where her star was shining so brightly? It's a move that has left many people scratching their heads. The decision itself is surprising enough, but the implications are even more profound. This isn't just about one player making a career decision, it's about the broader impact this will have on the sport. With Clark now taking her game to Europe, what does this mean for the WNBA? What does it mean for women's basketball globally? And how will she be received when she sets foot on the courts of Europe, where the style of play is so different from what she's used to?
Caitlin Clark has now broke that glass ceiling, and they should be bowing at her. She's going to create jobs and money.
To hell with the WNBA. They're nothing. They're nobody. Nobody's watching.
They lost 50.
Caitlin Clark is not your average player, far from it. She's a basketball sensation, a generational talent whose performances have consistently wowed fans and analysts alike. From her days as a college standout to her meteoric rise in the WNBA, Clark has been nothing short of extraordinary. Her ability to shoot from anywhere on the court, her vision, and her tenacity have made her one of the most exciting in players to watch, not just in the WNBA, but in basketball overall. She has redefined what it means to be a star in the women's game, and now as she prepares to take her talents to Europe, fans are left both excited and anxious. Europe presents a whole new set of challenges, and it's unclear how her game will translate. Will she continue to dominate as she did in the WNBA, or will the European style of basketball present her with challenges she's never faced before?
What value do you feel like you and this team got out of the playoff experience, and what did it to you reveal that you guys need in the future?
Yeah. Like we talked about in our locker room after the game ended, where obviously people were pretty disappointed in the outcome. I think it gave us a taste of where we wanted to be. At the same time, I felt like we could have done a little bit more to help it get back here for Game 3, and that's what really kind of stunk about the whole thing. But I thought it gave us a taste of where we wanted to be.
For the European League landing Caitlin Clark is a monumental victory. It's the kind of move that changes the conversation about the landscape of women's basketball. Over the past few years, European women's basketball has been growing in prominence, steadily gaining a reputation as a legitimate destination for top-tier talent. But with Clark's decision to join the League, Europe has officially arrived on the global stage. This isn't just about adding another talented player to the roster. This is about the European League making a statement. They're ready to compete with the WNBA as the premier league for women's basketball, and Clark's arrival is a signal that they mean business. The level of competition in Europe is tough, and the style of play is different, but with a player like Clark on board, the league will undoubtedly elevate its game. Fans from around the world are going to start paying much closer attention to European basketball.
In the WNBA through marketing this and that. I don't know what Kathy was talking about, because even the highest paid player in the WNBA currently makes a little over $200,000 in salary, and then I don't know what the WNBA does with their marketing dollars, but it's definitely not going to equate to $700,000. And even our biggest star in the league, Caitlin Clark, is only making a base salary of around $76,000 or $78,000 for this first season. She signed a 4-year, just over $300,000 rookie salary. So Caitlin's rookie salary is a little over $300,000 for 4 years, and that's all that she's going to make in the WNBA. Now, I feel like there could be a team overseas who would love to snatch Caitlin Clark away from us and give her a crazy offer. I mean, Ice Cube was about to give her $5 million to play in less than 10 games in the Big Three. So the money is there, and if these owners are smart with it, I could definitely see more WNBA play.
And speaking of fans, the excitement in Europe is already palpable. For many European basketball enthusiasts, the opportunity to watch a player of Caitlin Clark's caliber in person is a dream come true. Social media has been lighting up with excitement, and fans from all over the continent are eagerly anticipating her first game in Europe. There's a buzz in the air, and it's not hard to see why Clark's presence in the European League will undoubtedly bring more eyes to the games, both in arenas and on screens worldwide. Meanwhile, back in the United States, WNBA fans are still processing the shock of her departure. Caitlin Clark isn't just a star in the WNBA, she's a superstar. Her presence in the league has been electrifying, and her ability to light up the court has drawn fans in droves. Now, with her leaving, there's a noticeable void, and many fans are left wondering what this means for the future of the WNBA.
Indiana Fever was turning away games into home games, and so it's kind of sad that through all of that, Caitlin was still advocating for players on the other team to get bonuses, because she saw the kind of money and eyeballs and viewership that all of this was generating. And so again, I'm glad that this is finally out there and it had its little viral moment so people can see. People don't always share all of the good things that they're doing, and Caitlin by no means had to do this.
For the WNBA, losing a player of Clark's caliber is a significant blow. She was one of the league's brightest stars, and her performances were a big part of the WNBA's growing popularity. Clark's ability to fill arenas and drive television ratings was undeniable, and her impact on the game was felt far beyond just her stats. She was a symbol of the league's potential, a player who could bring in new fans and help grow the sport. Now, with her heading to Europe, the WNBA is faced with a new challenge. How do they move forward without one of their biggest stars? The league has seen great players come and go before, but losing Clark at a time when the WNBA is working to expand its reach is particularly tough. However, this could also be an opportunity for other players to step up and take the spotlight. The WNBA has always been resilient, and while Clark's departure is a blow, doesn't mean the league can't continue to grow and thrive. It didn't take long for the news of Caitlin Clark's move to dominate the conversation on social media. Within minutes of the announcement, Caitlin Clark was trending worldwide, and fans from all corners of the globe were sharing their thoughts. Some were excited about the potential for Clark to grow her game in Europe, while others were worried about what her absence would mean for the WNBA. The reactions have been mixed, but one thing is clear: Caitlin Clark's move is the biggest story in basketball right now, and people can't stop talking about it.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about Caitlin Clark. We got some new information regarding ticket demands to see the Indiana Fevers and the WNBA's superstar, biggest star. Let's keep it real here. Biggest star, right? All right, some are comparing this to Kobe, some comparing it to MJ. I understand she hadn't played in the league yet, but at least the popularity and the interest around it.
One of the most interesting aspects of this move is how it has united fans from both sides of the Atlantic. Whether they're WNBA fans or supporters of the European League, everyone is eager to see how Clark performs in her new environment. Social media is buzzing with speculation about how she'll fit into her new team, how her game will evolve, and what impact she'll have on the European League. It's not just about one player changing leagues, it's about what this could mean for the future of women's basketball as a whole. From a business standpoint, Caitlin Clark's decision to move to Europe is also a smart one. She's one of the most marketable players in women's sports, and by taking her talents overseas, she's opening herself up to a whole new world of opportunities. Europe represents a fresh market, and with her talent and star power, Clark is poised to become a global superstar. Endorsement deals, sponsorships, and brand collaborations are all likely to follow as she expands her reach to new audiences. This move isn't just about basketball, it's about growing her brand on a global scale and taking her career to new heights. For Caitlin Clark, this isn't just a basketball move, it's a career-defining decision. Europe offers a whole new set of challenges and opportunities both on and off the court. The potential for growth both as a player and as a brand is enormous. European companies are going to want to partner with one of the biggest names in women's sports, and Clark's marketability is only going to increase. This is her chance to solidify her status as a global icon, and there's no doubt that she'll make the most of it. That said, her absence from the WNBA will undoubtedly be felt. Caitlin Clark was a huge draw for sponsors and advertising, and her departure may lead some to reconsider their investments in the league. While the WNBA remains a strong platform for women's sports, there's no denying that Clark brought something special to the table. Her ability to generate buzz and attract attention helped elevate the league's profile. And now, without her, the WNBA will have to find new ways to keep that momentum going. It's going to be interesting to see how the league responds to this new challenge. One thing that fans can look forward to is seeing how Caitlin Clark adapts to the style of play in Europe. Europe basketball is different from the WNBA in many ways. It's more team-oriented.